Hi, my name's Sam Toller. I'm the 21-year-old writer and director of Alan, an independent feature film that we made for £350 about a 17-year-old who thinks that he's peaked in life and that everything goes downhill from there. Think Skins meets Woody Allen. I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on low-budget filmmaking, and today we're going to focus on marketing and promotion, how to get the audience that you want to see your film to know about it and really get your film out there and get people talking about it and creating a buzz, because that's the important thing. 1. So, first tip about promotion and distribution is to think about it as early as possible. If you can, think about it even before you start writing the script. Again, we've talked about audience, making sure you have that awareness of your audience and the marketing and promotion and the way you're going to get them involved in your film even before you start writing is really, really important. 2. One of the first things that I did for Alan was I went out, even before I shot any scenes, I went out with a friend of mine with a good camera and we took some stills, kind of like enacting parts from the film that I'd written. I hadn't filmed those scenes yet, but we just got some production stills. And that means that if you've got some really great photos and a kind of like a film poster, that means you can go and create a Facebook page, you can go and create a Twitter page, even before you've started filming, and you've got stuff to show people and you can get people interested in your film, because really you want to get people interested right from the get-go. One of the mistakes that I made with Alan was that I did not start at the beginning. I kind of waited until I'd filmed the whole thing and then I went, now I need to get followers and I need to get people interested. If you can start early, you can create that buzz early, and then by the time you've got a film to show, you've got loads of people who already are really excited to see the film. So that's a really good way of doing it. Start early and keep it consistent. 3. Another good tip is to write to local newspapers about the film. This might be better to do once you actually have a finished film that you can show people, but maybe even before you start filming, just write to a local newspaper and say, look, I'm a local filmmaker, I'm making a film, I just wondered if you wanted to cover it as a story. Because local newspapers are always looking for stories like that, and it lets the community around you know what you're doing, what you're getting up to. It gives a sense of community pride, and also, you'd be surprised how supportive a local community can be. And even if everyone in your local community then goes and follows the Facebook page, that's potentially, like, who knows, maybe 500 people on the Facebook page, and then that's great. That's creating a really good buzz for your film. So keep that in mind. Get in contact with local organisations and papers and let everyone know what you're doing and start creating that buzz early. 4. One of the other great things about starting a Facebook page for your film is that it means that you've committed. If you start a Facebook page and you share it with all your friends then know that you're doing a film. And it's less of a thing of, oh yeah, I might make a film, like I've written this script. Once you've created a Facebook page and people know you're making a film, then it kind of adds a level of, right, everyone knows that I've said I'm making a film. And if I now don't produce a film, that's going to look really bad on me. So it kind of ropes you in. It means that you're kind of now bound to make that film, which I think is a good thing. It commits you to that film, which is really important, because there are going to be moments when you make a film where you're thinking, this is a terrible idea. Why have I done this? This is so much work. And it's in those moments that you have to have those little things, even if it's showing someone what you've done so far and them going, oh yeah, that's really good, and it gives you the boost. Or just going, well, if I don't make this film, I've wasted all that time I spent on the Facebook page. Just doing little things like that, they help in the long run. 5. Twitter is a really important tool, a tool that I wish I'd known more about before I started filming. Twitter is a really good way of getting attention from people who are important in the industry. I don't know when you make a film whether you're planning to, it might be your first film and you might just want to make a film and see what it's like. It might be your 10th, 20th film, kind of like in my position, where you want some important people to see it and to recognise you for your work. And Twitter is a really good way of doing that. Being able to, if you can create a buzz and you can get a good amount of followers, and then you can put what you've produced out there in the hope that someone important might see it and you'll get recognised, and then that leads to more opportunities. So Twitter is a really good tool. Again, start using it early, create the buzz early. 6. Again, throughout production, you want to get someone taking high quality production photos as you're rehearsing or as you're filming. You want someone doing behind the scenes videos. At the very least, you want to make sure that you're kind of tweeting or you're putting a post on the Facebook page when you shoot, going, oh yeah, we had a great shoot today. It's not the greatest content, but the thing is that you want to keep that buzz that you created, you want to keep it consistent. You want to keep it going throughout the shoot. And if people are always getting updated about how it's going, then it's always on their mind, and they might share those things. They might share the behind the scenes, and then you're getting more of a buzz. That buzz is really, really important. And also it means that once you've made the film, then you already have an audience. You have all these people who are interested in the film and have followed the film and have invested to an extent in your film, and they're going to want to see it. And then, you don't have the situation which to an extent I've had a little bit, where you've made the film and then you've gone, right, who do I show it to now? So yeah, keep that buzz going. It's really important. 7. Again, talking about Twitter, a Twitter profile, especially these days, is really, really valuable, scarily valuable. It makes me think of that Black Mirror episode. But again, followers are like points. They're like a currency. Even to the extent that if you can get someone involved in your film who has a lot of followers, or who the kind of person who will share it and it will go viral almost, or it will get to the right people, that can be really, really valuable. Just as in the past, it would be the situation of, if you can get any actor or actress who's vaguely famous, even like maybe your mum's friend's cousin is married to someone really famous, and you can get them to do a favour and be in the film. That's how it used to be, and still is to an extent, because then that's going to get a lot of publicity for your film and kind of like some star talent. But these days, you've also got this aspect of Twitter and social media and YouTubers. With Alan, I was considering having someone in the film who was a YouTuber with quite a few followers. And the idea behind that was that, if you've got someone in your film with quite a lot of followers, it's almost like a marketing strategy. You know that when the film is done and they share it, they're going to be sharing it to all the people who subscribe to them, and that's a lot of people. So that's something to keep in mind. Just making sure that your network and the people that you get involved with the film are also helping to create that buzz and keep it consistent. 8. So I've talked a lot about social media and how to kind of create a buzz about your film. But the main reason for creating that buzz is kind of recognition, and festivals are a really important part of that recognition as well. So most filmmakers will be sending their films to festivals. And that's a really good way of getting recognition, getting people to see your films, and also kind of getting a good feeling about yourself to know that I've made this film and other people have enjoyed this film and they want to see it. And that's really nice. But yeah, you really have to think about your audience, because film festivals can be quite expensive to enter. You're looking at anywhere from 20 quid to 50 quid, sometimes up to 100 quid for some festivals. So you really need to think wisely if you're going to submit the film to festivals. I would say really think kind of specifically about who your audience is, what your film is about, the themes, and if you can find festivals that are specifically related to your film, that's really good. So for instance, Alan is a coming of age about a 17-year-old, has lots of kind of references to books and other films in there, and was made on a budget of £350. Which means that rather than sending my film to Cannes and all these other big film festivals where it probably won't do that well, if I can find festivals that have rules that say all their films have to be made with a budget of under £500, that will be a really good festival to send my film to. A festival that really likes films, kind of literary films, or films that have lots of book references, if there are any festivals like that, that would be a really good festival to send my film to. Or festivals that are strictly coming of age films, genre specific festivals. So really look for festivals that you think your film will fit into their niche, because that means that the likelihood of them accepting your film and showing your film goes up, and then you're not wasting loads of money on different festivals. 9. One really, really important thing to do when you're, again, creating this buzz and sending it off to festivals, and also, trying to get articles on websites and in newspapers and things like that, is to have an electronic press kit, or an EPK. This usually consists of like a PDF file with some really, really good high quality production stills or kind of film posters or JPEGs, kind of a synopsis of the film and taglines and any like reviews a lot of the time if someone has reviewed it, putting a review in there. And also quite a lot of the time Q&As. So obviously not, you're kind of making the questions up yourself, but it's questions that you think people might have about the film so that you've already answered it there in the electronic press kit. And what this basically does is that means that you can send the EPK to a newspaper who want to do a story about you or a website who want to do a story about you. And it means that rather than them having to interview you or ask you loads of questions, you've given them everything they need and they can kind of put up a really good article with a really good photo, really good tagline, and kind of really talk about the film as you would want it to be talked about using the content you've given them in the electronic press kit. So those are really important and they're a good thing to do. Those are my tips and tricks for low budget filmmaking. I hope you find them helpful. The last piece of advice that I want to give is just to go and do it. Whether this is your first film, your 5th film, your 10th film, your 20th film, your most ambitious film, your least ambitious film. Many of you will know you just have to do it. Stop saying you want to be a filmmaker and be a filmmaker. Get on that track, make a film, learn from it, make another film. Get hooked. Do it.